Hi there guys, I want to show you how to get money very quickly and very easily on Forza Horizon 4. There's a few things that I need to show you. First of all, I need to tell you something about this car that I'm in at the moment. So let's take a quick look at that. This car sells for 310,000 credits in the car showroom. You can buy it much cheaper than that in the auction house, but you don't want to buy it from auction. You can take a risk if you like, but I'll explain why that is in just a moment. So let's take a look at this car. Remember, it costs 310,000 to buy. Now, you want to use skill points on this car in exactly the same way that I have here. And this is going to take you 24 skill points. So one here, so 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. That takes it up to 14, and this takes it to 24. So you need 24 skill points to do this. I will be showing you on the second part of this video how to get those skill points very easily. You can see I've currently got 195 available, and the way I use those skill points is to just keep buying this car for 310,000 credits and then doing this to it. So 2 of these are going to give you wheel spins, which is awesome because sometimes you get more than your money back just from the spins. One I did earlier today, I got 170,000 credits on one spin and 190,000 credits on the next spin. And then on another one of the cars that I did, one of the spins gave me something awesome, and I'll show you that in a moment. But the most important skill is this one. When you unlock that skill, it gives you instantly 200,000 credits. So you've paid 310 for the car, you've got 200 back immediately, so that means you are out of pocket 110,000 credits. But of course you still own the car. So what you do then is you put it on auction for 200,000 or 300,000 buyout, and you're going to be making either about 80,000 or about 180,000 because there's auction fees to consider every time you do this. So a minimum of 80,000 even if you're selling them at 200,000 buyout. If you do that, they're going to sell immediately because everybody else sells them more expensive. Now, the reason you want to buy these for full price rather than buying them from the auction house is because if somebody's done this to them and you go and buy them in the auction house, then when you get it, it's going to be like this. So when you try and unlock these skills, it doesn't work for you. You can't get the 200,000 credits cash back. So for instance, if you bought one from me, this is the way it would arrive. So you'd spend 300,000 credits buying it, you're not going to be able to do anything with it, and you're just going to end up putting it back on auction. So just pay the 310 and buy them directly from the showroom. So that's the car that you use to make money. Just keep buying and selling these. So I've got 4 of these in my garage at the moment. I did have 14, but I've sold 10 of them today. And you're only allowed to sell 10 cars on auction per day, so I can't sell the other 4 until tomorrow. But as you can see, I've got 2.6 million credits. I'm going to use that to buy more of these, 310,000 each. That's quite a few. And of course, every time I buy one, I get 2 wheel spins, and I also get the 200,000 credits. So if I pop back to my home and I go into my cars, and I'm just going to filter, whoops, yes, I want to filter these by favourites. This is the car that I got on one of my spins from the Aventador just earlier on today, worth 10 million credits. So those spins are so valuable. So I was thinking of trying to sell that and maybe buying the castle that's by the beach. I do have the little house that's by the beach at the moment, a little bit further south. And the reason that I'm in that location is because it's very close to where I get my skill points from. Now, I need to be in this car. Now, you don't have to use this car to do this, but this is the best car in the game for doing it. Now, in order to find out which car was best, it was pretty obvious it was going to be a Forza Edition car. So I bought every Forza Edition car I could find and then looked through all of its skill set to see which one would work best for me. I always forget to press that button. I don't see why it's even there. So I'm going to show you why I'm using this car. Right, as you can see, I've maxed out all of the skills on here, but there's only really 3 that are very important. The most important one is this one. That gives you a skill multiplier of 7. And the other 2 which are really handy This one builds the skill multiplier 3 times as quick, and this one gives you a 20% bonus to drift. All the others are useful, but you don't really need them, and you also don't really need this car. Now, the Aventador, which we've just been talking about, that can give you a skill multiplier of 6. So that's pretty useful. So if you don't have access to Forza Edition cars, then use the Aventador to actually do the process of getting the skill points. So I've got 195. I'm going to show you where I've been getting them. So I'm currently on the beach. I'm not interested in that. I'm not in a group. Someone must have added me to a group. So this here, from about there to about here, is where we're going to go. We're going to go up and down that stretch of the beach. So I just need to get onto the beach and go north a little way. And you'll see why this location is so awesome. You can't crash, you can't hurt yourself, you don't lose your skill multiplier, and you get up to maximum very, very, very quickly. Now, there is a maximum. Let me just pause for a second. I'm going to turn my TV down so I don't have to scream over the top of it. My highest amount of... I don't know what it's called. At the top there, that number. The highest that I've got in skill chains has been 3.5 million. And 3.5 million gave me 10 skill points. Now 500,000 also gives you 10 skill points. So as soon as you get to 500,000 you want to stop. Now because I'm in 7 times multiplier, to get 500,000 I need to be on about 71,000. So that's what we need to get to. 71,000, then stop. That's going to give us 10 skill points, which is the cap. So stop at 71,000 if you're on a times 7, let it catch up, and then start again. And now I'm going to show you where it is. So there is a track on this beach with 2 lanes, and in between the lanes, as you can see, is this yellow fence. So all you do is drive down the beach, doing drifts through this tape like this. And by the time you get to 7, normally I'm on about, oh I missed it, normally I'm on about 25,000 to 30,000 by the time I get to times 7. By the time I get to the end of this run, I'm normally on about 50,000, and then I just have to do a tiny little bit more to get to my 71,000. I just left the convoy. I had no idea I was in a convoy. I do apologise for not paying any attention. So yeah, about 25,000 when you hit 7, which I'm at now. So I'm at my maximum multiplier already, and now I've got to carry on doing this until I get to about 71, 72,000, and that's going to give me instant 10 skill points. Now this car is so easy to do this with. I was using a different car before, and I was having a lot of trouble maintaining the drift. But on this car, it's very, very easy. This is the end of the track, just coming up. I've normally hit 70,000 before this point, so I think talking and doing it at the same time is making it a little bit more difficult. But it's very easy to just spin around and keep on going. And in fact, if you go a little bit faster, you get the better the better points for the side swipe. Now you can do this for as long as you like, but as I say, don't go over 70,000 because it caps you. You're not going to get the skill points. I think you still get some benefit for it, but you don't get the skill points. I'm going to lose this if I'm not careful. I keep missing the fence. Right, so almost done. Normally you can do this in one run, so there we go, 70,000, that's all you need. 71 is about spot on, I think. I normally go to 72, but I think 71 is enough, and this should give me 10 skill points. Yeah, so I didn't need to go any more, so just over 71,000 is all you need, and that's going to give you 10 skill points. If you go any higher, it just caps it out at 10, so you don't get any more. And as you can see now, on my skill mastery, I've got 205 points. So what I do with this and all my money, I just go and buy the Lamborghini Aventador, the 2012 model. Very important that you get that one because that's the only one that has the 200 credit, the 200,000 credit cashback, which obviously is the way this little system works. So really, really easy way to get your skill levels up very, very quickly. As I say, you don't need to use this car, and if you haven't got access to the Forza Edition cars, then that's not a problem. I'm just going to get into the Aventador. So I'm just going to get into this, and you'll be able to see it's very, very easy to drift as well. So this one is going to be able to slide around. I always forget to press that button. So this one will be able to slide around just as easily. You're going to get up to the maximum points quite quickly. Obviously, because the multiplier isn't quite so high, it's only a 6 times multiplier, you're going to have to go over 70. But if I go into in here, this one here, your car skill multiplier can go up to 6. So that's why this is a good car for doing this. Not many of the other things are all that useful to you. But in this location on the beach, going between those yellow fences, you can get up so quickly anyway. It's just that with those additional perks that are on the Renault 5, the turbo model, the Forza Edition model, it just means you do it so much more quickly. But, I mean, you've just seen there, whilst talking at the same time and not paying a great deal of attention and missing most of my drifts, I did get up to the maximum really quite quickly. But usually I can do that before I've got to the end of one run. Now another thing, very quickly, about this location, just go back over there. If you get bored of going up and down on these on this little strip, then just go over to here, and you can just keep smashing through these. So you can just keep drifting and then smashing through these fences, and that is just as easy to keep going, although I did lose it there. This car's not so easy to keep the drifts going, but yeah, it's so easy, just keep smashing through the drifts. Now once you've gone up and down a few times, the yellow fences, you're going to smash them all down, so there's going to be nothing there for you. The way this reappears, it kind of respawns, is when you go far away from it. So you'll notice as you go up and down that the middle section of the fence will be completely missing where you've wiped it out, but both ends actually respawn. This end respawns while you're all the way down there, and that end respawns while you're up here. So the actual length of this itself is enough for you to be able to be far enough away for this fence to be repaired. So, see, very easy with this car as well. And this has got the 6 multiplier. So if you don't have access to the Forza Edition cars, then just buy the Aventador, do this with it, and then get that perk, that skill of the 200,000 credits. Make sure you get both of those spins as well, and then you can obviously just stick it straight on auction. So I wonder if I have any spins. No, I don't at the moment. That's a shame. So that's all from me. Please leave a like and subscribe and leave some comments. And let me know what you think. So really, really easy way to get money out of Forza. But please do bear in mind that if you buy a car from auction and somebody's already done this to it, it's not available. You can't use those skills on it anymore. So it's going to be useless to you. You're just going to be chucking it back on auction. Because that's what I was doing. I was buying them for 160,000, 130,000, very often at 200,000, and I got quite a few of them, and then I bought one, and it had already been, the skills had already been used, which really confused me. So for a while I thought maybe it was a car that I'd sold on auction, someone had bought it, put it back on auction, and I'd bought it back, so one I'd previously owned. But it just seems that if anybody unlocks the skills, when you buy the car, the skills are unlocked to that car, so I didn't think it'd work like that. What I was kind of hoping, I'd put quite a few cars on auction, and I was hoping that they wouldn't sell and I'd get them back, thinking that they might not have those skills unlocked after I got them back from being on auction, and I might be able to get the 200,000 credits again. So I was hoping there was a bit of a glitch like that, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. So that's all from me. As I say, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I post videos on all sorts of games, usually on Fallout and Conan Exiles, but I play pretty much everything. So if I can find some kind of hack in the game or a way to get additional XP or money or something like that, I'll immediately put it on my channel. If you have any comments, then please let me know. Anything you'd like to see, please let me know. And if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please leave a like. You take care and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.